Okay, I hope we're live here. That's the most I can hope for is that things are working properly and we are live. Let me go here and I'll just go check things out and give everybody a few minutes to jump on board. I know it is Thursday before Christmas, so it could be either really slow or really busy today. You guys let me know. So I have it set as Tech Tuesdays here. I don't know if I can change it at this point, but I'll just leave it for now and I'll find the live stream going on in my sub account here, and then I can update that for you guys. So, where would I even find that? I'm the worst at trying to navigate Facebook while I am trying to do lives. It's a terrible, terrible thing. Oh, there it is. Oh, I just saw it and then it went away. And anyways, if anybody wants to jump on to the live today, we've got the Zoom link in the call right here. So it's not Tech Tuesdays. I'm going to edit this, edit post, and this is going to be GHL Power Hour. Join us with your questions. There we go. All right, welcome to Tuesday or Thursday. Sorry, it's Thursday. I can't believe it's Thursday already. A couple more days till Christmas. I know my kids are absolutely going wild for Christmas. They're super excited for it, and it just means a whole bunch of things planned for this week. And how are you guys having a good Christmas? Are you guys going to be having a Christmas where you guys go away or going to visit family, or what are you guys doing? Leave a comment if you want, and we can chat about it. High level is more than just talking about tech and stuff. So we're talking about Christmas and the holidays. So we're just trying to get a bunch of stuff wrapped up and ready to go for you guys. We are not leaving for the holidays this year, so we're going to be around for the entire time. So we'll be doing a bunch of work trying to get a lot of stuff wrapped up, like the restaurant snapshot. Really need to get that done. Want that out for you guys. The onboarding snapshot, didn't get a chance to finish that yet. This week we've had a ton of support calls from with everyone who purchased loyalty and rewards and power tools and all that in November with our Black Friday deal. So we've been busy helping everybody get their stuff wrapped up, and there's definitely a few things that we need to get done on our end here, and we will have those done over the next couple of weeks, so everybody's ready to rock and roll for January. What else we got? So I got a good little update for you guys today. So let me share my screen. So inside of the loyalty stamps, if you guys have used this before, there was a little glitch that was happening that if people came to the loyalty card page without going through a form or clicking on a trigger link or anything like that, their loyalty stamps weren't loading properly. So we fixed that now, and what we're actually doing is we are searching for sticky contact information inside of their browser. And if they come there from a browser that they've already logged in with or used or whichever, then we're grabbing that information for them. Or if there is a contact ID that gets passed in the URL like they would get from a trigger link, then we're going to grab that information and preload or load up their loyalty card stamps there automatically. So sometimes it was loading, sometimes it wasn't loading. Now it's going to load every single time. There is an update if you guys have the snapshot already installed. I've got a JavaScript update. I'll show you exactly how you would go and do that. So I am in the funnel. Let me run over here. So inside this funnel, I should just have JavaScript or Jeopardy music running all the time here while we wait for high level to reload. Be great if we could just do that and just have just elevator music while we're waiting for pages to load in high level. Okay, so we're in the loyalty card details here. So reward loyalty card funnel, loyalty card details. We're going to click on edit. there's two things you need to do on this page, and I will put the JavaScript for this in the training section in high level. I'll also drop it into files in the group as well, so you guys can have access to it. So two things you need to do is click right here on broken image, click on advanced, give this a name of loyalty card. So under the custom class, put in the words loyalty underscore card, hit enter. So you just go loyalty underscore card, hit enter, and that's going to create a class for us there. And then in this one, scroll down to the bottom here, custom HTML JavaScript. We're going to click on open code editor. We're going to open this whole thing right up, or we're just going to select it all and then delete. And then I've got this this page of code here. Select that all, copy, paste it into here, hit save, and you are good. Next time somebody comes to that page, whether they have the CID up in the top or whether they have information from their browser, we're going to detect who that person is using sticky contact or, again, their contact ID from up here. And we're going to load the proper information and number of stamps and everything they have pulled directly from their high-level account. So that's all going to load super nice and easy for us. So that is that little update, and it's a good one because it's necessary now. What else did we make any changes to? I don't think we made too many changes, but I've had some really good meetings with customers this week. And and we had some good ideas. So there's going to be some good stuff coming just to make things easier. I mean, our goal right now is to make it easier for setup, so you can get this set up as quickly as possible and have customers set it up on their own. So when you onboard a customer, they can just load it up, fill out the values, and they should be ready to go. And then we want to help you sell this as well. So we're finishing up a sales page for loyalty and rewards that you can use for restaurants. Right now, we're working on a snapshot for restaurants, which will be ported over for the beauty space, hair salons, med spas, stuff like that. And then if you have any other custom builds that you would like to see for the loyalty and reward system, hit me up, send me a message, let me know what industry you're in, and we will get working. We'll put that on our list of things that we need to do here. So that pretty much wraps up this updates that I've got going on right now. We've got just a bunch of other things that we're working on as well. So I wonder if anybody has any questions for us today. And if you do, please let me know. I know Juan was asking earlier if he can do. Let me just share my screen again. Juan was asking when you're updating loyalty and rewards, what kind of image should we use to replace the stamp? So if we're replacing the stamp, let's go to loyalty cards here. If we're going to replace the stamp right here, I suggest it's 105 pixel by 105 pixel square. You know what that should say? That should say PNG as well. So I'm going to put that in there just to make sure, because if we do a square, it's not going to make sense. So let me jump through some of the stuff here, and I'll just do it while you guys are on the call here, since nobody's on asking questions today. So let's go over to it's going to be loyalty card index, which is under templates. Loyalty card index here, and I'm going to put in here and make sure that it says a PNG. So it's going to show up as a circle. So loyalty card API key. We'll go into here, get a stamp here, 105 pixel square image PNG, and make it round. So how would I say that? Get stamp template here. I actually need to put a stamp template there. Maybe I'll see if I can grab that stamp template and we'll put it in the system as well, because it looks like we didn't add it in right here as well. So we're just going to say a PNG, and then let's go copy this line. Actually, this should be a round stamp with a transparent background. Okay, so if we go here, check this out, reload frame, hit settings. So get stamp template here. I'm going to update that here, and I'm going to update this as well. 105 pixels by 105 pixels, square image, PNG, minimum 105 pixels. This should be a round stamp with a transparent background. So hopefully that makes more sense there, and eliminates some confusion. That's what my goal is right now too, is eliminate as much confusion from this setting up this process as possible, so that it's just easy for you guys to set up, sell, and get rolling. So maybe that should even be part of our onboarding system. So we'll get that rolling, and we'll keep adding that stuff in there. So let me know if you guys have any questions today, if you guys want to jump on. I hope you guys can see that we're live here. I can see it inside of the group, and I'll see if I can find any questions that anyone's asking, so that we can keep going here. So we are live at 11 minutes and 39 seconds here. Yeah, man, tell me how you guys are doing this week. I know we had jumped on Tuesday as well, so we covered a bunch of things on that day, and I had a really good chat with an agency owner named Constantine this week, helping him get set up. Now, one of the things to remember is with this whole system, it is somewhat generic, in that it's open. Like, I mean, there's a lot of options that you can do inside the system for your different business. And I guess one of the things is having knowledge about how that system works, so that you can make those changes and updates, and make it work for your industry. And we've seen some beautiful back end systems who are built from, I guess, really techie agency owners who've taken this system, really made it their own, built out custom pages and backgrounds and all that kind of stuff, and move things around on pages, and we've helped them to get some of that stuff working as well, and then really customize it for their industry and niche. We've seen some really great med spa stuff, and I'll see if I can find examples of all those things for you guys, and really help out. So what our plan again right now is making more niche products, so that you guys can go out there and easily sell this stuff and implement it and have things ready to go for your customer base. I know it's Thursday before Christmas, so I should have wore a Santa hat today. It would have been a fun one to do. Anyways, if you guys have any questions for me today, let's jump on here. Let me just go through the group here and see if there's any other questions that I can answer. Didn't really have an agenda for today on what I wanted to cover, so I'm just kind of open on what to do and how to do it. So let me know if you guys have any questions, if you want to jump on. So yeah, well, I don't know. I'm not good at just talking and talking and talking. So let's see what else I can think of that we can go over today. So a question that I have for you guys is, what do you guys use for creating good systems. I know in our business, we've been using a system that we came up with using Google Sheets and just Word docs. And we got this from one of the coaches that we had worked with. And basically what we would do is just create a whole Google Sheet with every time we create a training video or information or a doc to about our systems or processes, we would put the information, the link, and a good description inside of a Google Sheet. See if I can find an example of it here, because might be a really good thing to show you guys how we've set some stuff up like that in the past, and then how we can help you guys set that kind of stuff up too, or something that you guys can use to create better systems. Because one of the things that we found as we've grown and scaled is being able to onboard uh customers easier. So having that basically SOP, the standard operating procedure for all the things that we do in the business, it definitely takes a lot more work to get set up, but it is definitely worth it once we can get rolling with it. And see if I can find our Google Sheet here that I can share with you, or one that I can share with you. Um, here's an example of one of the documents that we might have for doing this. And actually, you know what? I've got a really good one. So this is a marketing SOP, what needs to be done: setting up fresh leads, setting up our review management, getting list of contacts, requesting access for Google My Business, setting up an email address, custom fields, Facebook forms, all that kind of stuff. And this is just like kind of a document that we put together for reviews. And now any one of our team really can go through and grab this information from each one of our things, so we can go through and purchase those phone numbers and do all that kind of stuff, and send in the information that we need to get this set up with one of our sub accounts. So that's an example, but I've got a really good template here that if you guys are interested in, I can share it with you. So where is the center template gallery? I think it's this one right here. I think this is just no, this one is an overview of the project. This is kind of interesting. This is one of the things that we use. I can send this to you guys as well if you're interested. Is just kind of an overview of when we're working with a client. This is the kind of information that we're looking for and filling out for a client. So we actually just open this up, put the client's logo here, put the company's name, what our goal is for the campaign marketing project that we're doing, talking about an overview of the project, giving information here, what their target business is. We summarize all that kind of information. And then we can read their entire project discovery document if we have a discovery document that we've put together. And sometimes we'll do that. And for bigger clients and different projects, what we'll do is we'll go through and create a whole document based on all the information that we find, right? You know, what are the stats on their social media posting and engagement and all that kind of stuff? Do they have all the stuff that they need for Google My Business? All that information, get their logins, their info, all that kind of stuff, put into a discovery project where we can put it in here and link to it. So then anybody on our team who is going through this project and working on this system with their customers or with our customer, they have access to this information and they know exactly what's going on with that business. So that's a kind of a neat one here. Let me go over this way. I'm going to check one more thing here. What is Scholar? Yeah, Scholar just asked if I can send him the SOP template. I will for sure. I'm going to grab it right now. Actually, let me look here because I've got a better, forget exactly what I called it. It is going to be a, oh man, I can't remember the name of it right at this moment. It is a, I should have had this stuff kind of ready to go for it, but let me check. We got tons of stuff in here. Let me go to what it called um work. No, I thought it'd be called SOP is what I had it set up as. Clearly I don't use it enough. Um, oh, I had one that was perfect that would like outline all the projects and everything like that. So not this. Yeah, no, I don't know. So I'll have to find it and I'll put it in here for you guys. Something that you guys can do. I'll throw it in our documents too in our training so that you guys can have access to that. I know it's kind of a slow call today. I don't have a whole lot of ton of stuff to go over here as we all just been working our way through the weekend here or the week here to get to the holidays. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions or anything, I will continue to look for this project. No, it's not a project. It is a wow, it's so weird that I can't find it. It's great. Now I just want to find it so I can give it to you guys. Um, anyways, kind of a boring call today, but let's just keep moving forward with this. We've got a ton of information in here. Just feeling like we should just have like office hours during the week. One of the things I really enjoy is just jumping on and working on stuff while people are still on, not necessarily just on the call, but working on stuff together. Where if you had like, hey, a question about anything, you could just like, hey, bud, how's it going? What do you have for this kind of thing? So I feel like that's something that we might implement. I really have enjoyed doing that more with our team even so that we just jump on and then just chat about stuff and everyone's just kind of working away. And then if something comes up, you can be like, hey, what do you think about this? Um, I think it's a good idea. I feel like we've been a little bit more productive with it as well because it makes it easier just to kind of chat. And it kind of feels like you're all working in the same room a little bit as well. So let me find this. I really want to find this thing now. So, and since we don't really have any questions coming in at the moment, and I don't really have a tech build to kind of work through with you guys, then I'm just going to find this thing. And again, if anybody wants to jump on or join the chat, feel free. Um, I'm in here, and if you just want to hang out and work while we're working, that's cool too. What do we have? That's kind of cool. For So I'm going to share my screen about this. I'm going to share my screen about this. I think this is kind of cool. One thing that we did a while ago, um, Chandel and I did, we have a group called Rise and Thrive Local, and we were talking to local businesses about all their marketing and just kind of figuring out your offers and how to go through each one of those things and how to rise above your competition really. And so we did a 5 day challenge, or I think it was a 4 day challenge that we did. And each one we went through and made workbooks for each one of those days. Now that's probably something we should revive. And I think it'd be something that you guys would really enjoy as well. And it ties directly into high level because it's all about direct response marketing with local businesses, and high level is perfect for that, right? And then going through and finding out and helping them build out their stuff so that you could better market and sell to those customers. I mean, this is even a good template if you're just talking to customers and finding out what kind of information they need. So we've got day one here, which we cover or uncover their hidden opportunity. What kind of information do they have or do they need? Let's look for Rise and Thrive again. Hey, Martin, how's it going?
Good, you?
Doing good. We're having a bit of a slow day here, so I'm just trying to find good knowledge and information for everybody. How's your
Perfect.
week been?
Good so far.
Awesome. You guys gearing up for the weekend or holidays? You guys doing anything special?
Not this year.
No.
We
Uh,
just had to replace a roof by ourselves. So,
oh, that's tough, hey?
yep.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, I mean that's always a hit. So like is it did you have to do like all the shingles and everything? Um,
Basically,
did you have to replace like the wood and everything too, or
no, it was just the roof. Basically, we were still fighting the insurance company from the freeze we had 2 years ago.
oh yeah.
But yeah, and so we had that, and then in conjunction with our roof needed to be replaced, where everybody in our neighborhood had theirs replaced by the insurance company, but ours was fighting us. And they gave us a payment that was about half of what it cost to replace.
Okay. So whereabouts do you guys live?
I'm in Dallas.
So you guys did it just like get water and stuff up underneath the
Well,
shingles or how did
it,
that?
it, I'm sorry, I kind of combined the two events. It's really two things. The freeze is one part where we had the water mains break, and
Yeah.
so we got screwed by the insurance company there, where they only replaced about, or they only gave us a claim about half of what we the contractor said it would take to replace it. And then everybody in our neighborhood has had their roof replaced, and we were trying to get ours replaced as well. And they came back with about half of what it would cost to replace. So we had to bite the bullet on that one too.
Yeah. We my parents back in Saskatchewan there a couple years ago they had it would like yeah, it gets quite cold and lots of snow, right?
Hmm.
So they got snow buildup and then it would melt and then it would freeze and then melt and then freeze, and they got a thing called ice damming, which is basically you have your roof and you have ice and snow built up here, and then as things are melting it has nowhere to go, so it starts going back up underneath the shingles, and it
Right.
leaked all through the house, and like people had like their all their drywall on the ceilings all caving in and
Hmm.
stuff like that. There was a ton of people who had it happen to just because of the way it melted and defrosted and melted and thawed and melted and thawed. And so yeah, like it was like $80,000 or something like that to replace all the stuff that got damaged in the house from that.
Yeah.
It was
It's not been a well, and it's taken 2 to 3 years to get it resolved.
yeah, crazy. So what's your niche that you're working with?
Okay, so I just see that it's you and me. Basically,
Yeah, it's just you and me. There, not a lot of people. It's like, I guess it's Thursday before the holidays,
right.
so
Well,
a little bit slow today.
I don't know if you won't remember this for sure, but basically, I signed up with you probably about 4 to 6 months ago,
Okay.
and essentially, I'm kind of trying to build out a loyalty program for high schools.
Oh,
I said
okay.
it. Well, I take that back. It's not for the high schools. It's for local businesses, and the money I generate from them will help fund local high schools. So basically, I told you I was going to make you a rich man, and I think I'm going to still hold that promise a little bit. But I I built out an app that can kind of do like a free version of this,
Okay.
of the loyalty rewards. Actually, it's just going to be coupons for now. But what I'd like to do now is kind of take it to phase two, where it would be essentially building out your program and maybe using APIs to kind of tag it or bring it into my app.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah. So
that's where I
you're
am.
working with local businesses to raise money for high schools.
Right.
You want to talk, do you mind talking about how that would work or like
Okay.
what are
You
your
have to
thoughts?
do this. You have to do this. Sign in
Okay.
your virtual engineer.
Everybody do this.
Yep. Yep. Okay. So basically, here's my plan. I'm actually starting like a marketing agency.
Okay.
Let me just completely back up. This has been about 7 years in the making. When my son was playing football, about 7 years ago, we were on the booster club, and I'm a CPA by trade, and I was noticing that all the people that were saying, "Hey, let's help you out with your fundraising," they were getting all the money. And
Right.
so
Yeah.
the booster clubs got penny on the dollar. And so I was like, there's got to be a better way of making this work. And so it's taken me about six years to figure out or break the code to where I could make it work and make a lot more funds be available to the booster club. And
Okay.
basic and basically it's almost like a benevolent dictatorship kind of thing where as a digital marketing company, what I can do is instead of local businesses contributing to a booster club and not really get anything out of it, and it's just a tax deduction,
Yeah.
I can make it a full 100% expense to them, and we can do all kinds of advertising for them.
And
And the
what's a booster club? Is that kind of like a coupon book type thing or something like that?
A booster club is really just a nonprofit organization that helps the organizations within the school meet their financial obligations. So they'll raise money to help like the football team or
Hmm.
baseball team or academic clubs raise money so they can travel or do
Yeah.
certain things. And it gets pretty costly.
Oh, for sure.
And so I kind of, and there's certain things in order for the booster club to maintain their nonprofit status, there's certain things they're not allowed to do. So they can't advertise for the local businesses. Um, they can only identify who is contributing to their organization, and that's about it. And so basically, um, the local businesses aren't getting much out of it other than a tax deduction, but the
Right.
tax deduction's at 50%. It's not even at 100%.
Right.
So I
So,
kind of go
yeah.
ahead. So I made it to where it can be 100% deduction as a marketing expense, and I can do all the advertising for them.
Yeah,
And
that's a great idea.
and and the reason I can make it work is because there are the IRS code makes it to where there's two exemptions from uh, contributing to a booster club that doesn't impact their status as a tax deductible organization.
So
So,
can you just as a part of that you do the donations for the businesses that you work with and then do the marketing through your business and then kind of fire that stuff over afterwards kind of
yep,
thing?
yep.
Yeah, that
That's
totally makes sense.
that's essentially what I'm doing. And what I've done is I'm making it to where there's kind of a free version of the coupon book kind of thing. And I'm making it to where to get access to the VIP or the loyalty program, it costs a donation, essentially a donation by the people that are using the app. And
Yeah.
it's not much different than what people are doing out there now, except for it's not really a hold it
Right.
cardboard card. It's more digital. So instead of me going to a restaurant and can't use the card because I left it on my coffee table, it'll be with me because it's, in my hand.
Yeah, and you can
Uh,
totally do that using I mean if you already have something like that. If you didn't have something like that, we do have our newer promotions manager, which is probably newer since last time we talked. I don't know if we had the promotions manager running then, but you can totally do something like that, like a digital coupon book with the promotions manager inside of your high level sub account now too. And I've talked with a few people in the last week or two, or in last month anyways, who are setting up and running local like a kind of like a local loyalty and rewards program where the businesses
okay.
who are involved are all kind of generating points that the community can use. But you can also set it up so that the promotion system that we have is basically that digital coupon book, where
Okay.
you have people log in and then they can redeem a coupon once or they can redeem it over and over again.
Right. Depending on what the local business wants to do or how they want
Yeah,
to structure it. Yep. Yeah.
totally.
So basically, I'm trying to find out what's the best way of getting me up to speed on learning how that process works. I've identified somebody that I can use as a beta.
Yep.
Um, so I can create a sub account for them and just kind of start playing with it. But I don't even know where to go for the snapshot yet.
Okay.
Um, so
I can show you how to get access to that. You should have an email from us back when you first signed up that would help you get this GHL Smart Scripts dashboard
I've
uh
got that.
set
I can
up.
get into
So
there.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then so once you're in here, you would have access to I'm not exactly sure which one of our, if you just grabbed rewards or a different product or whatever, but
I, I'm I'm on the full boat.
oh, Power Tools. So you'll have access to all of these things in here. And for every snapshot, I was just telling our team that if anybody asks, you can get the snapshots from each one of these different pages. So rewards page right here. Reviews, for example, you can grab snapshots here, which is here's review and referrals version one, or referrals version one, reviews only, referrals version one only, and then we have the multi-location system here. So under each one of these tools on their own pages is the latest version
Okay.
of those snapshots. And every time we update the snapshot, we update the links in here as well.
Perfect. Okay.
And
Then
then
yeah,
training, you'll find training all right here
yeah. When I
as well
sent in
too.
that request to get access, I had access to this dashboard, but when I went to the trainings, that when it was telling me I was locked
Yeah, if
out.
you go here, it will ask you. So in the original email that we sent out, there is a link in it that says
Gotcha.
click here to sign up kind of thing, and then that'll
Gotcha.
create you an account in that sub account. I should see if I can find a way to automate that. What I ended up doing, and it was when we first started with reviews like 2.5 years ago. The membership section wasn't really what it is now,
Sure.
and we ended up building the membership section in a separate sub account. So I should move everybody over, but it's kind of a little bit of a hassle because you need to go into that sub account and create a username and password in there. But and all that we have in there is the training. So
Well,
new
I
stuff has
should have
been.
access. Yeah, I should have access to both now. I use LastPass, so I
Oh yeah.
shouldn't. So I should be okay there. And is there kind of a training guide specifically for the
For
loyalty and
loyalty and
reward?
rewards, we have training here on how to get it set up. And what
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out how we're creating more training on how to just use the system. So this is how to get you set up, but then we're working on front end training, and I'll have a lot more time over the next couple of weeks here, while everyone's kind of got some downtime, to finish up the front end training, which will
Uh-huh.
kind of explain more on how to use the entire system. And you probably haven't seen this yet, but we've been working on this, which is
Nice.
a map of how the entire system works with a good explanation on each step as well. And I had a chat with a guy named Constantine earlier this week, and we're going to add a few more things in here because every time I chat with someone like you guys, then more questions come up, and those are good questions that I can get answered for everybody.
Mhm. Okay, let me make sure I understand too the licensing. So if I bought the full boat, I should have three licenses, is that right?
Yeah, you have three loyalty and rewards licenses under rewards. Yeah.
Okay, and so that's for each sub account.
Yeah.
Um, what I'm doing is going to be much larger than that. How much is it for an additional license, or what kind of
So
bundles
it's
do you?
so it's $69 a month, but we've also made it we've also capped it now too, so you can do unlimited at 397 a month. So you can do unlimited loyalty and rewards sub accounts for that price.
Okay, and so hold on,
So that works out to, let's say you had,
I forgot my glasses.
I don't even think it's five. Um, Instead of doing single locations, you can do, let's go 397 divided by 69 equals yeah, like 5 3/4. Like, let's say if you're doing 6 locations, then it would make sense to go on the loyalty and reward, the unlimited. And right now until the end of the month, we still have our buy 5 lifetime licenses for 497
Okay,
as well.
yeah. Basically, what I'm looking at is I'm going to probably be over 100 within the next couple months. So,
Are you going to be doing a loyalty program for each one of those businesses?
uh, well, that's kind of that's how it's supposed to be structured, right? Or is it intended just to be for the agency?
No, no, yeah, no. So, no, I'm just curious. I'm just curious if
Yeah,
is that what you were thinking, like setting the
that's
each business up with their own loyalty and reward system.
yeah, that's kind of what I'm planning.
Yeah, okay. So then it would make sense to just do, you would just do instead of doing per location, you would just do the 397 a month, and then you would be able to do unlimited accounts in there.
Okay. Oh, yeah, yes, that's right. Um,
And then you charge your clients whatever you want
right.
for those, for using that system.
Okay, and I don't. You're probably familiar with this. You may not be, but in Go High Level, Sean was saying that he was going to try to get by the end of the year to where an agency could do multiple agency accounts under one roof per se. Um, does that ring a bell with
Oh,
you?
the
Or
different, I don't think they have that set up yet.
they
So if
don't.
you wanted to have different, your own different brands,
I, I
in there.
I may just have to bite the bullet and come up with do an agency for each school that I sign up. So
I don't know.
how would I do that?
Um,
Or I guess I
yeah,
could
because that
just
would be really expensive. I don't know if you would need to do that. Um, I don't see, like, if you, are you going to have the school, you're not having the school manage it, you're managing it, right?
I'm managing it, right? But basically, I'm con instead of me doing all of it myself, I'm going to essentially have like an owner operator at each one of the schools,
Okay.
and to where they'll be managing the local businesses in those areas. And so basically, I will be able to get them a pretty good salary just managing that location, and I take 20% um, and kind of teach them and support the back end side of it.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you'd almost need to have a different um you'd almost, you might not, well, until they come up with different brands, but even then it depends on how much cross um like, so for example, if you have those different owner operators in each one of those different schools, how do you want to you want them to be able to see all the other businesses that they don't
Well,
work with in that same sub account? Because I feel like
that's
even though as an agency, if high level made it so that you can have different brands, which basically means you have a different app login and a different logo, when people go to log in, you can create a different app name or whatever, they're still going to see all those businesses, unless you only give those owner operators access to the specific businesses.
Oh, okay. So you're saying I have you think if I ended up crossing and having more than one or having several schools under my agency, that shouldn't be a problem because I can group them within the
You
agency.
can, it would end up being manually on your own. You wouldn't be able to give the owner operators if you don't want them to see, like, so for example, if you had businesses in city one that the high school is working with, and then you have businesses in city two that another high school is working with, if you
Yeah,
just have that single brand or even I feel like even if they do with the multiple brands within one a sub account, both those agency admins are going to be able to see everybody, right? They're going to see all the
right.
businesses that are
Okay.
in there. The only
And
way to get around that is when they sign up a business, is you only give that owner operator access to the sub accounts in there. They wouldn't be an agency admin. They'd be, you can make them sub account admins, but only you would have to manually give them access to those sub accounts as they are added, and then it would make it difficult for them to add a new sub account. I guess no, you could probably create different forms and stuff like that for them to add their own businesses and stuff like that and automate that things on that end too, if you want
yeah,
to. It would just be
okay, then,
manual work on your end of like, okay, this
well,
one just got added, it goes to this school.
yeah, like you said, I can probably automate it. So, um, it is one branding. That's kind of where it gets kind of confusing in terms of which route do I go, because it's all going to be under one branding. It's just that each high school, I do only want that owner operator to see the businesses associated with that
Yeah.
area.
So when you're doing under your team in the agency, you can
Uh-huh.
select, you could have like account admin in there, and then when you edit that account admin, give them access to a new I think it's under user, is it under user roles? And if you go account admin, yeah, here. So for example, this person here, Bailey, they're an account admin and they only have access to their one sub account, but you can also give them access to another sub account,
Right.
and all that
Right.
kind of thing. So as those other sub accounts are created and added, it would be a manual step for either you or VA to add those sub accounts to this user.
Yeah, I
If
have
we
no
can do it
problem
through the
assigning it.
API, that might, you might even be able to do it through the API. I've just never ever looked at that.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So that's probably that'll be the direction I go then. Um, that will make it'll make it easier in some ways, more difficult in others, but both ways have their pros and cons. So
Yeah, it would
I
save you like 297 a month or whatever for or $500 a month
yeah,
getting those
that's
set
not
up.
that's that's peanuts based on
Yeah.
what I'm looking at here. You know, it's almost making you $500,000 a year too. That's per school.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Maybe
I take that
no.
back. Because the 397 is unlimited. It's not per school. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. No,
Never mind.
we just want to make it easy and accessible for everybody to get on there. So yeah, so that's one way I would go and do it anyways. Unless
Okay.
you're setting up, if you're setting up different, then the nice thing about having different accounts for each school, that if you're doing it, then there wouldn't be any of that manual process of setting up any of those schools every time they bring on a business
Right.
or whichever. So would you have salespeople out there selling as well to the
The, o-
different
the, o-
businesses?
the owner operators would be responsible for that.
Okay. And then they're just, so they wouldn't be working at the school, they'd just be working with the school kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly. They're really responsible for maintaining the relationships between the schools and the local business owners.
Yeah. Right on. Um, and then you just franchise that out so that they do a buy-in fee kind of thing to get
Uh,
started, or
not to get started, basically, I'm going to take on the role of I will make it to where you receive 100% of the funds until you reach a certain level. Then
Okay.
once you once you hit that level, then the cut in of 20% coming back to me to help support you comes into play. And then once you've kind of proven out that hey, you're good at maintaining and building these relationships, then you have an opportunity for a buy-in.
Okay. Yeah, I love talking to people like you who know more of this whole business investment
Right.
side of things. Like you said, you're a CPA, is that what you said?
Right.
Yeah, so
Yep.
yeah, you know that whole side of thing. That's awesome. Yeah, very cool. I think that's a great idea, and I love like the whole idea of disrupting that whole system of how that works to get the businesses more value out of it as well. Because there's so many
Yep.
things out there where people are like, hey, buy in for this business or you know, help, let's support the school or whatever else. And the
Right.
businesses are putting money into it, but they're really not getting anything out of it. It just
Exactly.
gets, depending on what business you go to, it's just harder and harder for them to keep you know, donating. Around here
Right.
we do. I mean, you guys probably have that with a lot of sports teams too, where sports teams are hitting up all these different stores for donations and not
Hmm.
just high schools, but like I know here, even with just for example, hockey, there's all different kinds of tournaments and stuff that are going
Yep.
on. People are always asking for donations from either the business owners who have kids playing sports or just local
Mhm.
community businesses to donate so that they can raise money.
Yeah, and basically one of the criteria here's how I've only shown you just the tip of the iceberg. There's so many ways to kind of blow this up.
Yeah.
And so one of the exceptions in the IRS code is that you can, if you're, the booster club can sell access or they can sell a royalty fee to where you have access to use kind of their digital assets. That's one
Okay.
way. And then the other way is for broadcasting rights. So what I'm going to say is I can't say this, because of go high level and other things in terms of, or Facebook was really the biggest issue in terms of you can't really make certain guarantees. But
Yeah.
I'm going to make it to where I'm going to say I can't put this on paper, but I'm going to give you $50,000 whether we make it or not. So this is going to be a way for you to get in. But what I'm going to add, in order for there to be, a legal contract or a consideration, I'm going to ask for the broadcasting rights and some royalty fees to where I can utilize or I can gain access to some of your materials that are produced in order to get this 50,000. So basically, some of the things that you're paying for, like broadcasting the game on TV or whatever,
Mhm.
if they're at that level, I want access to those rights, and that's what this 50 is paying for. And then I can start using that to start growing this business even beyond what it is.
Yeah. Very cool. Yeah, man.
And
So
so,
excited to see you get
yeah,
started with that.
and so one of the things I was going to say to you, and this is way before the horse, is
Yeah, yeah.
at some point I may want to try to get an exclusive view to help me make sure all this program works well, and I would certainly be willing to pay for it.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, even when you're getting this stuff set up, if you need help with it, yeah, definitely hit me up. Let me know. And happy to help any way that we can.
Basically, what I've done is I was trying to get my MVP ready,
Yeah.
and I was talking to a coach, a mastermind coach, and from one organizations, and just kind of telling him what I was doing. He got so excited about it. He says, "I want to be a part of this."
Yeah.
And within 2 months, he quit his job as a coach, saying, "I want to do this full time." And
Okay.
my so there was him, and he's in Boston, and then there's a guy that's in Alabama that he essentially said, "I want to be a part of this too." So he's my other beta. So we're the the free app that I created is ready to go. I've got one more piece to finish today, tomorrow,
Okay.
and it's ready for them to push to kind of go to businesses and show them, the free version and what we're trying to do. to kind of pre-sell the pre-sell the loyalty program that you have.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Well, yeah. Let's chat about it and definitely happy to help however we can.
yeah, this will be a longer term relationship than
Yeah, okay. Sounds good.
than the next few
Um,
weeks.
yeah. Well, that kind of let me see. I'm just gonna I think see if somebody else had a new question for us, and I don't think so. So I think we'll just I mean it's great. I appreciate that you jumping on because it's better than me
Sure,
stammering away looking at things, and I really appreciate you kind of give us some insight into what you're thinking about that business because it sounds awesome.
sure.
I love people who come up with great ideas like that. So yeah, let's continue that conversation but we'll wrap up today's call because we've been on for a good hour now anyways. So
Yep.
all right. Again,
Is there
appreciate it. What's that?
yeah, is there any way to edit out that part that I kind of disclosed some stuff?
Uh Possibly I can take a look at because it was live.
Right.
Um I don't know.
Okay. All right.
uh See what we can do there. I could probably
All right.
grab it down and we didn't talk about anything else on there anyway, so whoever was watching live probably heard some of it, but we can grab that video down. That's cool.
All right. Sounds good.
All
We'll
right,
talk soon.
talk to you guys soon.